Check 1 2 3. Check 1 2 3. Check 1 2 3. Check 1 2 3. Awesome. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and all those in between. Welcome back to Spartan 923 Gaming. I'm your host, Spartan 923, aka Firehawk 5150, aka Lucas. And we are back in Jurassic World Evolution 3. Last we left off, we were in Japan with a bunch of Spinos and the cherry blossoms, and kind of got a little nuts. I think we were close to a 5-star, so we'll see how that goes. Excuse me, I just horked down a bunch of. I just horked down a French bread pizza, so forgive me. Yes, I'm aware. Sound alerts still aren't fixed. I've been very busy. I'm really trying to get it up and running, so. So, do bear with me. It's a new thing for me, and the one person that showed me only showed me about maybe 30 minutes, and I'm still trying to tinker with it and get used to it, so bear with me. Whew. Let's see. Um, Schedule. Sorry. Thursday, we will be in Helldivers 2 checking out the new equipment. I hear there's a tank now. And a big hammer. I'm super excited about that. So, as I said, this is good. This is a temporary break. Me and Claire still talking about new content for GTA. So it'll probably be a week or two of Helldivers. If we could sort things out in this next week, we may be back in GTA next week. But if not, we're going to probably be in Helldivers for 2 weeks or so. No, you don't. There we go. I hear the bubs going ballistic, and I'm concerned. Anyway, yeah. So Thursday, Helldivers 2. So then this Saturday we will be continuing uh finishing the Death Soar build. So super excited about that. And Clay got excited, by the way. I was recently going over our playlists, uh, we hit his favorite number, 66. So he was super excited about that. He's like, "Hey, 66 videos!" Yeah. I don't know where that comes from. He just thinks it's funny. There may be a purpose behind it, but he'll never tell me. Anyway, it's just 3 shy of a good time. But anywho, um, so yeah, and then next Tuesday we'll be back in this. So, few announcements. We posted a little video about the Save a Fox representative, Finnegan Fox. Yeah, it's a short little video. Feel free to go check it out. It's up on YouTube. It's also up here for a little bit, but it's permanent. It's up on YouTube in our one-off videos. So, yeah, go check it out. It's just a little moment of remembrance, reflection, and silence for a bit for a little fella that brought a lot of joy to a lot of people. Yeah. But on that somber note, on to a higher note. Currently, we are at 152 followers. That's 8 away from our 160 follower goal. So we'd greatly appreciate if you guys could hit that follow button. Help get our stuff mentioned and recommended. Definitely helps us out and helps get people who would like our content to come and watch it. So definitely give us a hand with that. If you could also go ahead and like, follow, subscribe, and ring the bell over at our YouTube at Spartan923 at YouTube. Definitely appreciate that as well. And then just a reminder to all of you, we are still looking for more players to join us on our escapades in GTA. We'd like to do the original heists, which are locked into 4-player only. So we would appreciate it if we could get 2 more people to join us in our rambunctious behavior and are willing to be team players and just all around looking to have fun. So feel free to go to our post on YouTube and either drop me a message or leave your Xbox handle. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Xbox. We're playing on Xbox, so sorry to ruin the magic and anything, but yeah, we run on Xbox. So sorry. And then lastly, if you want to help out the channel, I mean like really help out the channel, greatly appreciate if you would hit that subscribe button, because subscribing not only gets rid of those pesky ads that I can only get rid of 3 times per stream, but it also helps us out with server fees, maintenance fees, groceries, model kits, and diapers for little baby Bray. It also came in clutch to help me get a new control panel for my washer, so greatly appreciate the help there, folks. Sounds like I'm going to have guests immediately. Oh.
Hey, Daddy.
Hello. Hello, Dumbubs. You're apparently still texting me.
Yes. I wanted to say hi to Daddy.
Yes. That's Daddy's phone. That's Daddy's phone. He's a little grumpy. He might be a little constipated.
Yeah. He's gotta go poopies.
Yep. Yes, you do. Mommy's trying to turn him into a model rocket. She's loading him up on prune juice.
And apple juice.
Yeah, he's gonna in a little bit. So we shall see. It's gonna be an interesting evening for you. Daddy's gonna probably get pulled away from stream to help.
Maybe. Is that your poppet?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Dada.
Okay. That's enough. Oh, mommy overloaded herself. Oh, got him? Do you want me to just help? I'll help. I'll be right back, guys. Enjoy the ads. Hang on. It's okay. You're being a bit of a butt. I can cancel if you need me to cancel. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that, folks. He is a little bit in a crappy mood, but he's not terrible. So let's go ahead and get on into the game. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, we're good. Okay. go. Now we're back. I had to turn off that camera when I was doing my moment of silence for Finnegan, so... that's free play. Load game. Stream. Katsuyama, Japan. Loading screen. Do 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 do. Loading screen. Gonna watch a raptor chase a goat. Oh, never mind.
I have some news for you all.
What next? There's a huge storm on the way? More wild dinosaurs are attacking? Another sabotage?
Less melodrama, please. This is, in fact, good news. Despite the state of the site when we took over and the challenges we've faced since, the client is incredibly happy with our work.
Ha! I knew we'd win them around.
In fact, they have extended our contract. They have a vision for this park, and they believe that we can bring it to life.
That really is good news. And as long as they keep signing our checks, I'll work towards whatever vision they want me to.
I tried to go for Albertosaurus. Oh, yeah, we're working on Albertosaurus. Okay, sweet. Ooh, Spinosaurus. Yes, Spinosaurus wants to be Jaws. What other expeditions do we have? Like, what would be over here? Diotaranus. Saying it once. I'm not against a Suchomimus. Ceratosaurus, Iguanodon, Dimorphodon. Try Suchomimus. Oh, I better watch these pins. Okay, what's the issue? What's the issue? Ground fiber and fruit. Okay. Ground fiber, ground fruit, and water. Okay, we can fix this. Go. Now we need to expand on water. There. Alright, I'm gonna remove the nest, because that's, gonna kill us. That's what's really gonna get us is, not controlling, the breeding population is definitely gonna hurt us.
Task received.
Albertosaurus.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome an Albertosaurus to the park.
A little bit of wetland. I think we got wetland. We do have wetland. It might be the Baron and air. It might be the Baron that we're missing.
Damage found, but I'm on it.
There's the wetland. Okay, good there. So let's add in some Baron. The crab top. There we go. Plenty of room and everyone's happy. I have a feeling the Suchomimuses are going to need a lot more space. Suki play nice with anything? Baryonyx is the only thing that plays nice with it. Okay, so do we have Baryonyx in our research? Spine. Oh, Baryonyx should exist. Ah, there we go. Some Baryonyx. Speed things up a little bit. Whew, excuse me. A little bit of the snuffles.
Adding to the list.
Be advised that our weather forecasts predict an incoming snowstorm.
I'd appreciate your help on this next objective. I can't promise that it'll be easy, but the most important things rarely are.
Ladies and gentlemen, after an unexpected outage, power has now been restored across the site. Thank you for your patience and understanding.
See what the shit. Ooh. Not good. I need a bit more oomph in the kumph with that guy.
Really struggling.
Oh no. They're maturing. Oh, we gotta check on the Corythosauruses. Yeah, environmental issues, of course. It's a storm, pasture.
There was a time that I put career progression above all else, you know. You have a bright future ahead of you, but don't forget why you're doing it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the snowstorm has now passed. Please resume your normal activity.
I think everyone's matured. That'd be great if everyone's matured. You go to bed. And you. Get a few more things, a Suki. Because that guy's got some bad juju. We gotta fix that. We gotta fix that big time. That Suchomimus is hurt and
I can tell that you'll be as excited about this task as I am. Get out there and hit it out the park.
your traits are. Okay, that's not terrible. I would like your tolerance and sociability and comfort to be up. Hopefully more on the tolerance. So I'm gonna look into that. Oh, you're asleep. That's why you're being. Alright, Stegos, break it up. Winner. Okay, resting's over. That's good. I'm still running us at triple speed, so. Deep water cover at least 3 in the population, 1 male. And, okay, and then what about baryonyx? Deep water wetland cover and barren. Ugh. 1 adult in population, so we don't need a lot. Okay. Suki's are gonna, oof. How's my week? Week's going okay. Had some weird stuff happen today. I'm hoping it's just my over-imagination, but also if not, it means that I need to have a talk with a few people about personnel issues and petty behavior. So, what happened... Sorry. What happened was, this guy I constantly have trouble with because he has a very I don't give a fuck attitude, and I'm going to do what I think my job is instead of doing what my job actually is. And so recently he's kind of been a bit of a butt to our new hire by doing things wrong and saying, well, that's just how they are. And I catch him on this stuff because this new person asks me questions and goes, hey, is that how that's supposed to work? And I will usually be standing there going, no, that's not how it's supposed to work. They shouldn't be doing that. And, like, okay. Like, so, yeah. If that happens, argue it. It needs a bit more oomph behind it, so...
Wow! At this rate, we'll need to add home to the world's most efficient park manager to the brochure. Nicely done.
So, so for me, what my usual headbutting conflict with this person is I have these things that are returns that are usually for me to investigate, or investigations, you can call them that, yeah. So, my investigations come in, they have something called a RMA number. So, I specifically, well, what they're supposed to do is they're supposed to tell the customer to send our product back with an RMA number, and so on and so forth. Well, this guy, if my product comes back and it doesn't have an RMA number or anything, he won't put forth any of the effort to look it up or find out what it is. He will just assume that, well, everything goes to this guy then, because I'm not going to do anything about it. And so he'll just toss it on a pallet near me, and I'll be like, well, what's that? He's like, I don't know. He just walks away. I'm like, well, what do you mean you don't know? And because of this, we've had instances where I've ended up with stuff that belongs in other departments, and then we have stuff that disappears for months on end because it's not mine. I don't know what it is, so I can't tell who to go and find it. And it pretty much messes up our department so he looks good in his department. And it kind of comes off like his manager kind of favors him. And it's kind of blatantly obvious because he'll do stuff, she'll talk to him, and then he'll shape up for a week. And then about a week or so later, he's back to doing stuff wrong again and trying to get out of doing it. So, and this guy's also butted heads with people to the point at which there's been shouting matches, and I'm surprised he's still here after these, which is why I believe he's kind of a favorite. So, So long story short, last week I had a bunch of stuff that was recently added into our inventory that allowed me to move a big amount of stuff back in the inventory. And to me, I'm like, great, I can move all this stuff. And I was like, I'll get a pallet and I'll move all of it and we'll be all set. And then Monday, I come in and he brings over one. He's like, yeah, this wasn't on the thing. I'm not putting it back. I'm like, okay, we'll put it right there. I'll figure it out. So I came back, and I'm like, all right, so let's I went and found it, and I'm like, okay, maybe I just didn't move it because it was back in its original origin area. But I'm like, okay, so I move it, I validate it, and it says that it'll transfer, and then I transferred it, and I put it back in that area, and I'm like, okay, it's there, and I made sure the journal was closed, everything. I'm like, it's done. So this morning, a different person comes over. Is like, yeah, this one didn't transfer. I'm like, what do you mean it didn't transfer? I made sure it transferred last night. I verified everything. She's like, well, it's not in this area. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll take a look. And so this time, I'm like, why would this not be there? And I just started looking through everything, and then I saw that it showed the thing in the area it was supposed to be, but it was still in something else. So I'm like, why didn't this transfer? And we come to find out that somehow something is either deleted or locked. And I'm like, well, that's interesting. So I, once again, and this time, I made sure of it. I triple checked the validation, and then I took a picture of it transferred. And I'm like, well, here is the transfer. I showed it to the person that came over, and she's like, you know, you didn't have to do that. I'm like, so something just seemed odd, and I feel I had to prove it because I thought I was going mad. And it's like, well, I believe you. And I'm like, well, some people don't, and I'm getting kind of tired of it. So I just want people to believe me for once when I'm saying that I'm doing my job right. And I feel that there are other people that are trying to make my job difficult because they don't want to do their job. And it's like, she's like, okay, I get it. All right. So so that was my morning. And it got to a point where I'm like, I went to my boss and I'm like, hey, can I talk to you about something? Because something weird happened, and I really don't want to go off on a tangent and overthink and possibly make a bad decision or something like that. She's like, okay. So we sat down and I explained the situation. She's like, I don't think it was, I don't want us to go on the thought that it was malicious intent just yet, because why would they do it to one out of the whole thing? And then I wanted to say, but then of course my brain was like, don't give away your own revenge playbook if you but to me, I always think of like, how can I do something to where I could cause someone trouble but not make it obvious I'm causing them trouble? And I was like, in my head, I was like, that's not a trait we wanted. Let's try this again. Let me add more bays. Yes, that's what I want. Upgrade this. I want that. Give me that. But I'm like, but in my head, I'm like, well, I would, if I was going to do something, and if it mostly do it be annoying and not like malicious, I'd be like, well, in my opinion, purposely just doing one thing like that makes it so that you're still being a pest, but not being a complete total dick. So, like if I was doing it, that's how I would do it. It's just small little increments, not huge swaths of FU, because I'm subtle. So, but I didn't reveal that. So, what was There we go. Nice even balance. It still said I had. I don't accommodation. There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your comfort.
The strongest, most dominant animal in a pack tends to take the role of alpha, of leader. It seems that hierarchy of the strong is taking place here too.
There we go. But they went ahead and cleared my. Just cleared my. If anything, I just needed to talk about it because I was really bothered by it, and it just seemed way too repetitive. That was an issue, and I was like, it doesn't make sense as to why someone would be being this petty.
Ladies and gentlemen, our weather forecast has been updated. The snowstorm threat level has been raised.
Understood.
Ladies and gentlemen, please ensure you wrap up warm and proceed to take cover until the snowstorm has passed.
I know some folks are uncomfortable with this, but allowing the animals to fight mirrors their life in the wild, and ultimately will benefit them in captivity.
Attention personnel. The guests will be arriving shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, the snowstorm has now passed. Please resume your normal activities.
Hypothermia.
been completed.
So, anywho,
Attention personnel. We have detected
then
power outages across the site. Available personnel, please respond. Ladies and gentlemen, after an unexpected outage, your patience and understanding.
so after all that, I'm also dealing with another thing that's across two different complaints, and I'm like, how are we supposed to deal with this? So, after a long-winded explanation that made no sense to me, I told the person, like, hey, let's make this easy. Talk to me like I'm dumb. Because it's like, but you're not dumb. I'm like, I am dumb to this situation. What do I need to do to get your job done? And
Asset in
he's
transit.
like, well, like, just tell me what to do and I'll do it. And it's
collection
like,
request
well,
received.
you've already done it. And I'm like, oh, good. So
Asset has been
I can
transported.
just go do my work, and then you'll just get a hold of me if there's anything else.
There's nothing
like,
more
yes,
satisfying than
that'll
taking
work.
something off the to-do list.
Good.
But to
Then
get
let's do
there,
that.
you need something
So-
on it first. I can help with that.
Transportation underway.
At least one male. I'm sorry, Newland.
Asset delivery confirmed.
So we'll get the Sooks in there, see how it goes. You're all aggressive. No. Yep, we gotta let her sleep. Suckers.
Wow, you're pretty impressive to see in action. Maybe I should be making notes on you instead of the dinosaurs.
Transit has commenced. Heading to collect the asset. Picking up asset.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome Asuka Minus to the party.
Commencing asset transit. Confirming asset delivery. Inbound on that repair request. Transportation underway.
The Suchomimus is one fearsome animal. Don't worry, though. It mainly eats fish and other small prey. So, unless you're paddling around in its enclosure, you should be safe. But just to be clear, I wouldn't go paddling in any dinosaur's enclosure, like ever, okay?
Stumpy
Ladies and
beats.
gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome the Spinos to the park.
Asset transportation underway.
So now we're just waiting on the mail, which should be showing up. There.
Delivery has been completed.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have added a new viewing gallery, ready for you to observe our magnificent animals. Ladies and gentlemen,
Yep.
synthesis procedure complete. Station personnel, please stand by. Commencing synthesis procedure.
We just have to get the non-herbivores going and we're fine.
Refueling generator.
Oh, looks like we're just gonna have one. not the belly.
Commencing synthesis procedure.
Task received.
There we go.
Attention personnel, please stand by for a vehicle return.
Release the compies.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Compsognathus to the park.
How many more raptors can we put in?
Incubation complete. Prepare asset for release.
En route to pick up the asset.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a baryonyx to the park.
Asset transportation in progress.
We don't want to put anything hyper aggressive in. Maybe another Albertosaurus? Let's see how you're gonna do. One of my bigger concerns.
The baryonyx is well suited to different dietary sources, but just because an animal is adaptable doesn't make it invincible. Even this dinosaur needs a carefully planned environment, so make sure we give it an enclosure it can thrive in.
think we're good. Everything's balanced. Might be able to put another berry in. Let's see how it goes.
Commencing synthesis procedure.
I'm getting a little mad scientist here. Oh.
Incubation personnel, please stand by.
Asset collection request received.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased. Ladies and
Transit has
gentlemen,
commenced.
please be advised that our weather forecast.
Maybe 2 more. Can I wait? Yes, I can wait.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Our scientists, and especially our PR team, will no doubt be delighted to have this dino in our collection. The Velociraptor is a real crowd pleaser. It's also among the cleverest of dinosaurs, so keep an eye on it. Seriously, because it is definitely keeping an eye on us.
Let's go put that one guy to
Commencing
bed.
synthesis procedure. Ladies and gentlemen, please ensure you wrap up warm and proceed to take cover until the...
I can tell that you'll be as excited about this task as I am. Get out there and hit it out the park.
Work.
We stuck whacking. See if this is... These are pretty big.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome an Albertosaurus to the park.
fix the problem. Everyone should be happy. Copies are good. Okay.
Picking up asset.
Ladies and gentlemen, the snowstorm has now passed. Please resume your normal activity. Ladies and gentlemen,
Alright, the appeal's back, and then we just gotta get our profit back, and then we just gotta finish up our dinosaurs.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a velociraptor to the park.
Asset being transported. Damage.
I know what that needs.
Heads up, got a new asset.
Hello, Freddy. Nice to see you. For anyone who doesn't know, Freddy really released another video, so feel free to go check that out. I'll be putting their stuff in the description after.
Asset has been delivered.
That's our issue.
First thing they teach you in the real estate game is location, location, location. I think even the dinosaurs can understand that. So make sure your scenery delivers.
Sheesh, how many people have... How many things have broken? Oh.
Incoming asset ID.
Get him. Another one? Wow.
Asset delivered.
Oh, no, no, no. We don't want another one of those. Jeez. Nightmare just getting 5 of them to live together. Still not enough space.
Fixing it up.
collection request received.
Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up.
En route to collect the asset.
Oh, come on.
Asset being transported.
Oh, thank God. That worked. Okay. No more raptors. Getting ready to you. Six copies.
Air request received. Understood.
Alright. Gonna get that berry out, then we're gonna make some copies. Well, why don't we just make copies? We've got the space. I like freaking popcorn anyway. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. See how many copies it'll take to break this. This is a lot of copies. How many copies? I have 10 at the moment, so this is an addition. It's going to be 15 copies. And you're elderly too. remedy.
Heading to pick up the asset.
Synthesis procedure complete. Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome Baryonyx to the park. Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Compsognathus to the park.
They're good. You're. Uh-oh. Everyone should still be.
Asset has been transported.
Travel a little further. You'll find it. You'll find it. There we go. Whew. All right. One more dinosaur. One more. I think it's going to have to be a copy. Might just be the copy that breaks the camel's back.
Commencing synthesis
One
procedure.
copy. One copy.
Ladies and gentlemen, our restroom is now open to use for whenever nature calls. Ladies and gentlemen, for your comfort, we've increased the hotel capacity of the
Nice.
park.
Can we take a sec to just reflect on what we've done here? We
5
took
stars.
a rundown facility that was a mess of broken infrastructures and wild dinosaurs and turned it into a success. That's pretty amazing, and more than paleo theme parks of the past have managed for long.
Tempting fate. You know, there's living dangerously, and then there's urging danger to take its best shot. Gee, that's bold.
Okay, I didn't mean to jinx it. Honestly, though, I was kind of nervous coming here. There are all sorts of stories about abandoned facilities on sites like Dark Jurassic, and I was expecting the worst. And now I really couldn't be prouder of this place.
Bum, 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 bum. 5.5. Nice. Oh. The Sichuan Basin? I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. It's not Szechuan, is it? I think it's Sichuan. Sichuan. Maybe, yeah.
sanctuary for titans, huh? You know, prehistoric giants were the first dinosaurs that I ever laid eyes on. But if you're hearing any nostalgia in my voice, well, you'd be mistaken. I mean, don't get me wrong. I was, truly amazed. But I was also struck by how out of time they felt. So immense, so massive, they just didn't seem to fit our world. Well, that's now the very challenge that we all need to solve.
Looks like we're working on sauropods.
One of my favorite places in the world. You know we're close to the Shaximau Formation. The fossils found here have been staggering. Over 100 sauropods alone. Giants roam this land. Can you imagine it?
We don't have to. Need I remind you that we are here to create a permanent home for some of the largest animals to have ever lived? The client is expecting no less than well-cared-for dinosaurs and an effective breeding program. Our work here will be under the greatest scrutiny.
Wonderful. I mean, I've spent most of my professional life under scrutiny anyway. But I have every faith in your abilities, Dr. Baldera. Make some magic.
Just because I want space. Three cohabitating species, that's easy. 15 naturally bred animals, that could be a trick. 10 different species, tour visibility, okay. It's all possible.
Female sauropods are on the way, but that alone won't make for a very successful breeding program. We need males, too.
Not a problem. We'll need genetic material in order to synthesize a male, so let's send out an expedition to gather it. While we wait, we can build a lovely enclosure for those soon-to-arrive sauropods.
Doesn't need to be massive, just need enough.
observe our magnificent animals.
Okay, so we need an expedition. Perfect. Okay. Okay, we need you for sure.
Attention personnel. Please welcome your new park colleagues joining us today. All right, we are getting close to our halfway mark, so we are going to take our 15-minute break here in about 4 minutes. And we'll continue on. I'm so glad we were able to get a 5-star. Kind of getting ahead of myself here, but I have a feeling if I don't prep, right, so with that, let's go ahead and start our outro. So we are going to take a 15-minute break. I'll get this video up. Should be up around 8:30 p.m. Central U.S. time. So on our YouTube at Spartan923 at YouTube. So feel free to check that out.
I believe we have everything we need to synthesize a male, so let's begin.
Those dinosaurs were sent to us courtesy of our very generous client, huh? They need to be treated right. So, needless to say, we better be synthesizing the most charming sauropod this place has ever seen.
Yes, well, I'm sure they'll all get along wonderfully. We should ensure that the males and females all end up in the same enclosure, though, and that they're nice and comfortable.
All right, and so our schedule, Thursday we will be in Helldivers 2 checking out the new content for the attack on Cyberstan. And then Saturday we'll be continuing or finishing the Death Soar model Zoid as well. So super excited about that. And then of course next Tuesday we'll be back in this. Wrapping up or trying to get all 5 stars or something like that. We'll see. Because we might be getting close to the end here on the campaign, and if we get the campaign done, that means I build my own park, which might take a few things. But also, yeah. We are at 152 followers. That is 8 away from our 160 follower goal. Oh, excuse me. That is 8 away from 160 follower goal, so definitely appreciate you guys getting out there, suggesting our videos, and recommending them to people who would like our content. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and ring the bell over at our YouTube, Spartan923 at YouTube. And if you really want to help us out, I really appreciate if you hit that subscribe button, because subscribing not only gets rid of those pesky ads, but it helps us out with server fees, maintenance fees, groceries, model kits, and diapers for little baby Bray. So, greatly appreciate that. For those of you who are sticking around, we'll see you about 10-15 minutes. But for those who aren't, remember to get out there, discover, explore, create, innovate. We will see you here next time on Spartan923 Gaming. Love you guys. Take it easy.
There we go. Time to go see the pubsy.